Welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Looking to throw. They're going for Henry, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Falcons will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll run with Hunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Titans. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Lawrence. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game, we play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's swung out wide to Harris. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he stopped immediately there. Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
We're scoreless after 1. Here's 2nd and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
1st and goal from the 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Badgley's kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and a couple, Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
They go play action with Lawrence. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Finding some room at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And powering through at the 35. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Lawrence to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On first down, it's Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the counter, Hunt. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 42. 93 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Lawrence. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it. Complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive, and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Second and 13. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Titans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. An option handoff given to Harris. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to go for a big play downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And